Because it is for this country.
Over the years, national celebrations for public holidays like Independence Day and the International Women's Day, among others, have often been associated with massive spending on logistics, entertainment, transport and accommodation. However, according to Ramathan Ggoobi, the Permanent Secretary and Secretary to the Treasury, national events will no longer receive state funding as part of efforts to rationalise public expenditure following guidance from President Museveni. He said the funds will instead be redirected to infrastructure development among other key sectors.
Mu budget eyo tojja kusangamu nsimbi za public holidays zetubadde tuteekamu.
You will not find funds for public holiday celebrations in the 2026-2027 budget.
Pundits have tasked government to table before Parliament details of this plan to prevent possible embezzlement.
In terms of financial responsibility, it's a good and welcome idea because sometimes such celebrations, if not contained, they can become wasteful expenditure. There are also avenues for procurement corruption. They shouldn't make that decision alone. Otherwise, we might fail to trace where this money went, even when you don't see the functions.
My fear, and this fear is for a number of, I think a number of women, is that at times, you cut those days, which is a good thing, you're saving money. Ultimately, can we know that there's transparently this money moved to this sector and this is what it did? Otherwise, then you have money being transferred and we don't know where it's going. So what am I saying? Transparency. Like if you're saying we cut this day, how much money was saved? Where did it go? And can we visibly see where it went?
Some rights defenders say that in addition to President Museveni's planned virtual addresses on public holidays starting next financial year, commemorations should be localized at village level alongside a smaller stakeholder event at State House to amplify concerns and issues that informed the gazettement of these public holidays.
We can, digitally say this is how we are doing, but for the rural person who doesn't have access to social media, I mean, that's why I said we can have the village have the meetings, let both men and women discuss, because even if it's Women's Day, we live as partners in society.
These celebrations would not ideally be a waste if we had fiscal discipline. They are important national events for national unity, but also for civic education. For example, at the time of independence, the story of independence is recast for the young people to know where we are coming from as a country and where we need to go. Under lockdown, we saw minimum celebrations during such events, but representatives of citizens' agencies would be invited and they would be able to bring out the voice of the people.
Government must be deliberate to ensure that as they are scraping off these funds and ensuring that they're going to be funding completely, fully, these public holidays, we must be deliberate to ensure that these days are still commemorated and also appreciated by, societies and communities. We must ensure that we go now to the grassroots, work together with other civil society organizations, private sector, to ensure that even if we are not putting as much money that we used to put then, we have a way of ensuring that these people feel celebrated, these people feel recognized, and these people feel uplifted in a way.
Rights defenders have also raised concern about the NRM party's ownership of these public events.
These events had become largely partisan. They were no longer national. So they were not serving that purpose of national unity and national purpose. They were NRM events. Even people were donning yellow. They were like any other NRM event. That's the unfortunate bit. So when they are taken away, maybe before they are reintroduced, there will be debate on how these events should remain national and not partisan.
According to the Finance Ministry, state resources will only be allocated to a select few religious functions, such as tomorrow's Mother's Day celebrations, which will be observed virtually this year to prevent the spread of Ebola. Juliet Naluaga, NTV.